Hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and today let's talk about self-esteem and particularly about our strengths and weaknesses. I thought the best way that I could demonstrate this is to give you an example from my own life, something that happened to me. It was a long time ago and I went to a particularly boring motivational seminar. I remember it well. I'd always believed that it didn't matter what seminar you went to, as long as you learned something out of it, it was well worth the price of admission. So I waited a long time for this to get interesting, and it didn't seem it was going to, until very close to the end. The guy who was running it said something that actually turned out to be a life-changing moment for me. So here's what he said. He said, "You've already got as far as you're going to get with your strengths. If you want to change your life, take your weaknesses and make them work for you. Take your weaknesses and make them work for you." So I just want to give you a little bit of background as to who I was at that time. I had been really good at sports at school, first team, everything, and also big into track and field. I was above, sort of average to above average, but very artistic student. I played the flute, I did art, I did drama. You're probably not surprised to hear that. I came from a good socioeconomic family. They had money, and they also had a bit of dysfunction, and we'll talk about that at a later date. My brother was the brains in the family, my sister the beauty, and I was Sal. So this man looked at me, and it was pretty obvious I didn't believe what he was saying, and he said to me, "Why don't you give me your top 3 perceived weaknesses in any order you like?" And I had no problem with that at all. I knew what they were. And I said, okay, number 1, I talk too much. I have verbal diarrhea. I'm too honest for business, and I don't have any qualifications. My parents had not allowed me to go to university because they believed that's where they trained communism. So to my amazement, he took my first issue, which was that I talk too much, that I have verbal diarrhea, and he said, "Sal, if your most natural talent is talking, why are you not talking for a living?" I looked at him and I said, "Yes, but what would I talk about?" And he said, without sort of even hesitating a moment, "Well, why don't you talk about being a success without any qualifications, because you could be as honest as you like. It would be your story." And I said, "But I'm not a success." And he said, "Become one, and you will spend the rest of your life talking about it." So the lesson here is, sometimes what you consider to be your weaknesses turn out to be your greatest strengths. The only thing is, you need somebody who can help you see it. So when we do part 2 of this series on strengths and weaknesses, I'm going to be asking you some questions about what you perceive your weaknesses to be, and see if we can work out some ways where they can turn into your greatest strengths. So start writing them down, if you'd like to, so that we can participate and maybe get some really good ideas about what you could change your life, if that's what you'd like to do. So the questions are coming. Start writing them down. Bye for now.